Hello, my beautiful warriors. So I'm back. As you can see, I feel amazing. I'm healed. I feel beautiful, even more beautiful. So all it took was a good night's sleep. Slept like a baby with my babies next to me. It was glorious. It was beautiful. So I am coming on here for module 2 of our Launch Your Lucrative service. Now, I'm just checking that I'm live in our Warriors group. Yes. And that I'm also live on our YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Vidya, Leading You from Fear to Freedom. So let me just check, because we have different communities that I'm super grateful to serve in. I love serving you guys. So here we go. Yes, we are live. And
super grateful to serve it.
Sorry. Now there, and it has a description there. Yeah, perfect. So welcome. Now today, actually, let me get my notes ready. I don't write like word for word because I don't really believe in that, but I like just having a little, just a theme. Okay. Okay. So take a deep breath and out, and again, deep breath in. Plant both feet on the ground. Okay, we're grounded into Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. Okay, as service leaders, healers, coaches, mentors, consultants, practitioners. Take a deep breath in and out. Now, this module, number 2, is awakening. All right, so yesterday we did healing. Okay, and I appreciate there is more to go with healing. All right, it may be the start of a healing journey for some of you. Perhaps it stirred something in there which may have even been triggering, and that's actually a good thing, because it's triggering something which is wanting to be released. It's ready. And the way healing works is it bubbles up to the surface, okay, in order to be released. So you may even be re-experiencing certain old past traumas, past memories, old habits, which no longer serve you, and that's okay. So we're doing it from a place of self-love and self-compassion, okay? From a time that maybe we just didn't know how awesome we are, right? Or other people may not have known, or whatever the situation. We're now letting it go. Okay. So sometimes in a few weeks or months from now, there may be some little remnants, like a little bubble that comes up now and again. And you now, from this program, have clarity of mind that this is just part of the healing process. I'm going to stay on my path. Okay, I'm going to stay on my path, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm committed to me. I'm committed to those I serve with healthy boundaries and in a balanced way. My programs are all about, this is why I'm a spiritual life coach and business coach, business stroke leadership, okay? Because you need both facets. You can't just do one. This is about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We need action and we need belief, and we need to do these things in a balanced way. Balance within our mind, body, soul, okay? And also balanced in terms of our health, our wealth, and our relationships. And it starts with a relationship with yourself. This is not being selfish. This is actually being self-full, okay? Because certainly, as I know that when I meditate and I journal, I'm grateful that my kids can see this and see that this is normal. This is something that mom just does. This is normal. Okay, so it's a beautiful lesson to teach others, whether it's your kids, those that you serve, whoever it is. Okay, this is now with today's module. So we've done a lot of the healing work. Healing doesn't have to take a long time, and it may be that this is just, as I said, just kind of starting the process for you, which I would advise that you continue, ideally on a daily basis. Some of you might find weekly or monthly. I would strongly advise as a minimum that you use the moon energy. Okay, so the new moon, full moon, depending on when you watch this, we had a very powerful hunter's moon on October 28th. So strongly advise you use the new moon, use the full moon. I have moon meditations on my YouTube channel, so you can go into there. And I also have the full Heal and Release program, which is part of the Wealthy Warrior Experience program, which many of you joined yesterday. So thank you and welcome aboard. So if you want to know more about our experience membership, just comment experience down below or send me a private message. Okay. But no worries if you're here more for this free program, that is totally fine too. And I love serving in all of these different ways. Okay, different levels of depth of transformation available to all in different ways. So we have now started, and for some of you completing the healing journey. Equally, once you know what you're doing through, this is what I guide you through in our programs as well. But as you know what you're doing because you start to know yourself so well, right? You start to see, hold on, what was that trigger about? Like, why was I so caught up with that? Oh, okay, I get it now. This was just like a past memory coming up. This is why meditation every day, it could be like a 2-minute meditation, does not have to be a long time. Is so powerful because it's actually about going inside, going within and having a look, and sometimes even unraveling the mess of like, okay, well, let's just have a look at what we've got here. We're not going to ignore it anymore. We're not going to suppress our emotions. Okay. We're going to unravel this mess and we're just going to have a look at it. Okay. And use your intuition to pluck out what you do think this is about. Like, okay, do you know what? I think this is just healing the past. Do you know why? Because I'm moving now to the next level. I'm making a quantum leap in my business, in the way in which I want to serve. And that is going to call for you to leave behind old memories, or like you have to make a decision. I've decided this memory, it's time for this to be healed once and for all, forgiveness. And this does not mean it condones anything that anybody has done, but it's forgiveness. I'm done with this energy. I'm not going to repress it. I'm healing it once and for all. You may need to just release some sort of remnant tears and then nothing like a good snotty cry, right? So you might need to really release some emotions, maybe anger, maybe just like, wow, I just still can't believe that you did that. But, it's done now. I'm grateful for the clarity, grateful for the lessons. Doesn't mean anybody deserved anything, but, I'm now ready to move forward from this and take my learnings, right? This is the beauty of being an empath and a healer and a service leader. You don't have to be a healer, but like a service leader, a practitioner. You are here to serve in some shape or form, right? Is that you have taken that energy and you're now transmuting it through healing. This is my heart method, okay? So healing and empowerment, awakening is today, is this module, and then rising and thriving, okay? Because you are transmuting that pain into your personal power. You are transmuting these memories, these old habits into healthier habits, okay? New experiences that you, now that you know that, wow, I'm in control, or I'm co-creating my life and I'm divinely guided, I'm guarded and I'm protected, and I also take responsibility for my life, right? I'm not blaming others. I'm no longer a victim. I'm a victor, right? If you look at my Athena company logo, that's what it means in Latin, right? That using my pen or my voice as my sword, okay? So as for me, as an entrepreneur, as a creator, through writing books, through being a leader, through being a coach, mentor, practitioner, a service leader, using my pen and my voice as my sword, I am here to conquer, right? To conquer, to prosper and protect. So that is to conquer not only, I don't know, evil or darkness or any kind of injustice in the world, but also within. I'm here to conquer my inner shadows. And that is where it starts, okay? This is all about growth and expansion. And if you want growth and expansion in your finances, in your business, in your love life, in your health, whatever it may be, you first have to do that for yourself, okay? You got to have growth and expansion deep within your soul, and this is the work. This is the journaling, okay, and the workbook's coming to you guys as well. If nobody has it yet, it's coming to you. Apologies, you've not got it yet. I was going to add some bits last night. Like, I don't want to send out anything. I was going to add some bits last night, and then I wasn't feeling very well. So I will be doing that tonight instead. Okay. And I really do appreciate your patience and your understanding, as I also hopefully I'm leading from a place of balance as well. Okay. Hence having my 11-hour sleep last night. I can't remember. It's been a few years since I did that. So, you know, my soul called for that. And because of that, I hope you can see how I feel, how I am now compared to yesterday, for yesterday's recording. I'm full of vibrant energy, deep within my soul. And I'm like awakened to the next level. Something happened whilst I was sleeping. I moved up. I quantum leaped. Okay. So I'm now ready to do that for you. So I'm excited. Okay. So this is calling for you to grow and expand, right? And clear your energy. Clear your energy. Sometimes you can imagine there are these little cords, like a string, invisible string, that's attaching you to this old habit, you to this, maybe this person that is just toxic. Maybe they're not fully toxic. Like, you know, there's a law of polarity, right? So not everybody's fully 1000% always doing good and bad, etc. But everyone has a lower self and a higher self, right? And we have a choice as to which one we want to cultivate. Some people, unfortunately, don't even have that awareness. They don't even have that clarity that you can even do that, right? So it's based upon their level of awareness. So it's kind of not even their fault, really, but equally that doesn't condone their action, right? So if that is happening, then you may feel that you need to cut that energetic cord with somebody's, you know, lower self, and that you're instead seeing that, okay, I am only going to be entertaining, you know, engaging in this relationship with this individual, whether it's romantic or not, if it is with their higher self. Okay. Otherwise, it is no response, or it is peaceful protest, like Mahatma Gandhi, or other ways that you feel called to, right? Because actually, by being angry, you're just responding to their lower self, and there's nothing wrong with being angry. Okay, I know it's a lower vibrational emotion, but still, all emotions are still, you know, normal. There's nothing wrong with them, but we don't want to be in a state of anger majority of the time, right? So actually, when you're having very healthy boundaries, ideally we get to a point where people just know that that is just not the way to behave, right? And you have to start first. You have to actually lead by example. Okay, so it has to be a two-way thing. So this is calling for you to really grow and expand, okay? Because you are launching something, you are on different levels of frequency, okay? So I was teaching this in my mastermind last week, whereby I want to imagine, like, on a lined piece of paper, each line represents a different level of frequency, okay? So on each frequency is normally represented often by a different emotion. Okay, if you look at Hawkins' law. So, for example, lower vibrational emotions, things like fear, anxiety, anger, guilt, or guilt tripping other people, denial, all of these things are quite a low vibrational energy. And actually, our cells vibrate on a much lower level. And physiologically, we're not in our most functional state, right? It's incredible, right? And often, even as when I'm doing my medical clinic, I can see when somebody is really not you know, they're going through, well, I like to say growing through something. I always ask, no matter if they're about abdominal pain, headache, migraine, you know, leg pain, whatever's going on, I always ask about, you know, mental health or emotional health, or is there anything else going on here? Is there anything else going on in, like, right now, or in the last couple of weeks, months, even years? Like, is there some situation happening? Maybe it's not like a big event, maybe it's something small, but it's kind of trickling along. And they will always say yes. They will always say yes. Very rarely someone will say no. And most of the time it's just because they're just not ready to really talk about it. Okay. So most of the time is yes. Why? Because our mind is connected to our soul. Okay. And connected to our body as well, obviously. So on a low vibrational level, actually it starts to affect your body, and vice versa, right? So physical symptoms and chronic disease can equally be treated by looking through the mind, looking through the mind's eye, and healing all those shadows, darkness, healing that, embracing it almost, right? And then anything that needs to be released. This is the inner work, okay? And it isn't always pretty, okay? It isn't always pretty, but it is just as important as whatever business strategy you have chosen or have felt called or been divinely guided to do. So notice how I said that. I didn't say, this is the only strategy that you're going to use in my launch your lucrative services and no one else is going to be able to achieve this, only me, only us. No, it's anything is available to everybody, okay? But there are certain strategies I personally feel have really helped me. And I can see how the strategy has evolved and changed as I've also been elevating up these different frequencies of fear and scarcity mindset and anger and into more like trust and peace and love and joy and bliss, which is what happens as we move up the frequencies, right? And what you'll also find is that the version of you that has all your goals achieved, okay, and I want you to write down your goal today. That is today's homework, which I'm going to write now in the group, in the Facebook group, and here, there, okay.
Homework.
Let me just put the phone down. Okay. What is the version of you? So who is a version of you that has accomplished your goals? And I'm just going to stick to phone because I'm lazy. What are your goals? This must tick the health pillar, the wealth pillar, which includes life purpose and a very specific financial goal. For example, this many dollars per month, per day. And thirdly, the relationship or love pillar. This encompasses love with yourself, love with others. Okay. Your goal must encompass all of these things. Dream really, really big. There is no limit. The sky is a limit. It must make you feel uncomfortable. If it makes you feel uncomfortable and excited all at the same time, that is a good goal. It must stretch you. It must not be something that you have ever done before at all. This is about growth and expansion. Okay, so that's got that question. Then I want you to do the version of you that has accomplished this goal, who is living this life. Write a day in the life of this manifested life. What are you wearing? What are you eating? What conversations are you having? How do you talk? What's the predominant emotion that you are in? For example, peace of mind, bliss, joy, fulfillment. What are the kind of activities that you are really enjoying spending your day doing? How are you serving society? In what way? Who are you serving? What are you talking about? What is your service? What is the result that your clients achieve? How are you giving back to society? How are you living your life? Where do you live? What does your house look like? How do you spend time with your loved ones? How often? Really go deep. This I call your life movie. And I want you to paint a scene. It could be different scenes, but I want you to write down the scene. And then what I want you to do is to imagine this for 30 seconds. I call this your life movie visualization. And this you can actually record in your voice memo on your phone, just like I'm recording now on my phone. Then you can listen to this. Change the title of the recording on your voice memo to life movie or whatever feels good to you. Mine's called Life Movie with a rocket and a star and a prayer and a star and a star and a prayer sign, but it's actually a prayer of thanks. I'm so happy and grateful now that this has been achieved. It is done. And now I'm just walking backwards, just taking the action that I feel divinely guided in order to achieve that goal, to achieve that scene. That is the strategy, my warriors, that you should be doing. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay. But I will be going into different strategies that you can do, but you must see it like a menu. And you then pick after your meditation which one you feel called to. And if you are in my Wealthy Warriors Experience membership, or the flagship membership, which is Phoenix, that's a different membership. That's a much higher level. It's a VIP level, which has group coaching as well and an exclusive mastermind. Okay, so you can ask your questions anytime. But if you are in that mastermind, then we really go deep into your bespoke strategy and the how, a bit more about the how. And we also do meditations together and very deep embodiment work. Okay, intensive embodiment work in order for you to then cultivate these characteristics which are already within you, to bring them out to the surface. So we heal and release what you no longer need, create space, clear the energy, and then we cultivate and bring in, it's already there within you. It's like clouds in the sky. The sun is always there. That is the real you. And the clouds are just old paradigms, old stories, old habits, old, maybe even people that are not going to be part of this chapter, but it's all been cleared away. Okay, so then you can see clearly, third eye chakra, see with clarity. That's your homework. This is all about goal setting, but this is goal setting with a difference. And then you take the strategy that you feel called to do. There is no one specific strategy for one person. And I've used multiple. I've done sales calls, I've done live launches, I've done webinars, I do funnels, and I think there is a place for all of them. But you will feel called to do different ones. Now, I don't know if that's going to fully make sense, everything I've written, because sometimes there's a bit of typo and spelling issues, but I want you to really go deep on your goals, okay? This is all about awakening that warrior within, okay? That warrior within. We're no longer worrying, okay? And instead, we are a warrior of strength, of courage. That's what courage means, okay? Got my courage card right here, the card I pulled for this session, okay? This is from this beautiful Ganesha deck that I have. Okay, so tell you what resonates, but it's beautiful courage card. Courage, what does courage mean? Courage means you feel the fear and you still go ahead. So feel emotional regulation, feel grounded, plant your feet on the ground. Maybe listen to root chakra affirmations. I have the affirmations. I'll put it into this group. Maybe listen to that before you take some action which you perceive to be scary, like doing a webinar or going live or sending some emails out or reaching out, whatever you feel it is, because you're divinely guided to do it, then do it. But courage is what it takes. And you can listen to root chakra affirmations, root chakra, beautiful energy, Reiki energy. There's so much on YouTube. It's beautiful. And, you are supported. You are divinely guided, right? You are divinely guided with a lion there. You got to roar. You got to roar now. Okay. Stop dimming your light. Stop making yourself small for other people. This is about Phoenix risen. Okay. So if you look at my logo, the triangle, right? I'm also using a lot of spiritual geometrical imagery. The triangle is a mountain, so you are surpassing that mountain. You have surpassed it. That's why my membership, the VIP membership, is called Phoenix Risen. You're not rising, you are risen. That version of you is risen. They've passed, they've gone, the mountain's long gone. All right. And this energy, see, it's like orange, brown, burnt energy. This is sacral creativity, sacral chakra creativity. You are a creator. Writing a Facebook post or your live launch or your webinar or your email or whatever it is, your stories, you are creating something so beautiful. Okay. It is an extension of you. Okay. And then it also has that redness in there as well. Okay. Root chakra, that's a foundation of yourself. That's why your goal, right? You've healed and released the past because your foundation, the rotted parts had to go. And instead you are already this. You're not needing to fill it in with something else you don't have. It's already within you. You just couldn't see it. Okay. but you are then bringing it out, you're strengthening it. So it's there, but you're strengthening it like the gym. Okay, you already have your muscles there, you're just strengthening them. That's all, and anybody can do it. It's just mindset. But what you're doing is faith and devotion and your intuition. Those are the muscles that you are strengthening first. Then the how is easy. Okay, because when you know that, yeah, I feel like I want to go live, I love going live, I love doing this, it's so easy. Just pick up your phone and go live. 2 seconds later, you could be done, right? So it's not the strategy, it's how you feel about it. And it should feel good. It shouldn't feel like, oh, I can't bother to do this. Then don't do it. Because people can feel that energy and they won't respond anyway. Or if they do respond, it won't be a soul aligned client that will be a joy to work with. You shouldn't, nobody should feel they need to be persuaded. They should be attracted and guided to you and you to them. Okay, so it's a journey that you're both walking along together. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining. Love and light. And then we will be doing the third module shortly, and that's where we're really going to go a lot more into potential different strategies that you could use, strategies that I feel really work for me, and what I feel you really need, in my opinion, to then launch your service. And you can launch this, okay, by the end of this week. It's Wednesday today. There's no reason why you can't launch this by Friday. Or launch a new service or a new product, or you're taking something and you're constantly refining it, right? Not everybody's going to resonate with it. That is fine. I would say that's actually good, right? That's why there's so many healers, that's why we're all here together, so many service leaders. People will resonate with different things, okay? But I like to serve a lot of people, but I want to serve very deeply. There are some people that are really here for very deep transformation, like in my Phoenix membership. And there are some people who want to transform, but they just want to kind of have a bit more of a taste, which is my experience membership. All right. And then there are these programs I do, which are sometimes for free. There's my YouTube channel, which is completely for free. So some people just want to have a bit more of like a little taste, and they're just still sort of in that exploration mode. Okay. But if you feel called to really go deep and you want to understand more about how to work with me, just comment below Phoenix. I'll go into that more tomorrow, different ways of working with me. But otherwise, do the homework. This is really important. Don't just jump into strategy. You must do the healing work. So this is my heart method. First, you heal. Then you are empowered, right? Through your goal. You're empowered and you're awakening the warrior within, which is today's module. Then you go into rising and thriving, which means you're rising up the frequencies, okay? And thriving, which is that version of you on that higher frequency, which is already you. You are already that person. It's not a different person. You don't even need to necessarily do anything. Meditation, I think, is so powerful, and journaling is really good to heal and release, and also to manifest. We've got an incredible portal coming up 11/11 this weekend. That's a great time to manifest and to launch. That's a great time to have it out there. It's a beautiful energy to launch, to manifest it and put it out there into the world. Okay. So send you so much love and light, and I will catch you for the next module. Do DM me your questions. Okay. DM me your goals, your challenges, anything that you're growing through. That is what I'm here for, to help you along this journey, so that any obstacles, because sometimes we know how to go up there, it's that higher frequency, but for some reason we kind of feel like we keep coming down because someone's putting us down. Nobody's putting you down. You're allowing yourself to come down, but you just forgot that you had that warrior strength, right, of courage, and also that you are divinely protected. You are protected. Okay. You are protected. And, when you are in flow, everything feels like you are in harmony. You are in harmony. It's flowing. It feels good. You are at one. You feel so peaceful, and you are serving from this point. You are saying the higher frequency. Imagine not down here of scarcity mindset. I don't know which indecision. I don't know which strategy to do. I don't know what to do. I want to do this, but then this person said this. No, up here, you are self-leading. You are the leader. Okay. You are in a state of harmony, bliss. You are protected on that frequency, or ask for protection. That's what I do. And you're doing it from brave courage, because you know that there are things, distractions or things or people or whatever, who are trying to bring you down, but you're not scared of it, because you hold yourself firm. okay, up on that higher frequency, and you take action from that point is where you do whatever strategy you want to do, sales calls, webinar, live launch, or whatever. That's why yesterday I didn't go live, because I wasn't feeling on that point. I was like, no, stop. I need to rest. I need to meditate, right? Meditated, I rested. I did a lot of painting with my kids, and, you know, prayers and things that help me. It doesn't even have to take a long time. And then look, the next day I'm back, and I'm back actually stronger than I was. All right. This is where you have to trust. All right. So sending you so much love and light, and I'll catch you for the next one.